Hey guys, so I've been collecting Pride posters for over a decade now. Japanese Pride posters to be exact, and well, even to be more exact, Japanese B2 Pride posters. That's a specific size. They made B2 posters for all the events. It's the only size poster that was made across the board for every single Pride event. So that's why I kind of started going after those posters, because I would have one of every event that was the exact same size. They have B3s, which are half the size of a B2, and they have B1s, which are twice the size of a B2, but a B2 is the common poster used in Japan. It's about 20 inches by 30 inches. So what I'm about to show you is all of the Pride 1 event posters that were produced for the event and post-event. They had a VHS poster, which I want to start off with, which was used to sell videos of the event in video stores in Japan. And they also made a Pride 4 commemorative poster of Pride 1 to hype Pride 4, because Pride 4 was a rematch of Takada versus Gracie. So they used an action shot from Pride 1 to make an action Pride 4 poster. So some of these posters were made post-event. Most of them were made in the build-up to the event, and I'll try to explain each one as best I can. I mean, it's so much information that I probably missed something or might mess something up. But anyways, I just wanted to let y'all see this because it's taken over a decade for me to get all of these posters, and it's really cool to see them all together. I don't know if anyone's ever done this. If anyone has, it was done back at Pride 1, and I seriously doubt that those guys ever did this. So let me flip this around. Let me see if I can flip it around without turning this off. If it turns off, I'll just come right back on. Hey guys, so I couldn't figure out how to flip it around without turning off, so I'm back. Like I was saying a second ago, this is one of the two posters that I have that was made post-event. This poster was made to promote the VHS sale of Pride 1 to the video stores. So of course you have Gracie versus Takada in the main picture, with the VHS tape itself right there in the poster, and all of the guys that fought on the card. Interesting thing about this poster is it's a B2 size, but it's like just a hair bigger than a normal B2, so it won't fit inside a B2 sleeve, and a sleeve is the envelope, I guess you could say, that holds these posters. So if you can see, this poster is actually in a slightly bigger sleeve. As you'll see in a second, all of the other B2 sleeves fit very snugly, but this one would not fit for whatever reason. It's a weird print, and I had to put it in a bigger sleeve. But this is the VHS promo poster. All right, next poster I got to show y'all here. This is the B2 event poster for Pride 1. This was the official event poster that they used for Pride 1. Like I was saying a second ago, there are B2 posters for every single event, and this was my main poster that I wanted from Pride 1, because that's what I collect. I collect Pride B2 event posters, and this was the Pride B2 event poster for Pride 1. It wasn't the hardest it wasn't the hardest Pride 1 poster of this group that I'm showing you to get, but it's the one that I wanted the most. Next poster here, this was a foldable poster that they would insert into magazines in the build-up to Pride 1 to promote it for the TV sales. This would kind of be equivalent to what we would have in the States with pay-per-view. This is how that they would go about and promote the event to make people aware that this was going to be happening, and how they could tune in and watch it. If you can see it, they got the channel right there that it was shown on, and the price of the event, 2,000 yen. So that's $20, about $20 to watch Pride 1. Pretty cool. All right, next poster that I have here, this is another B2. This is one of the two posters that I have that was made post-event. And this was actually a poster that was made for... Let me turn it this way for a second. This was a poster that was made for Pride 4. Because Pride 4 was actually a rematch of Pride 1. So what they did was they got a little clever and they took an action shot of Rickson versus Takada. And they made another Pride 1 poster to, I guess, just be clever with the promotion. Pride always did that kind of stuff. Actually, all these posters that I'm showing you, they're actually pretty tame compared to the rest of the posters as the events went on past Pride 1. These actually somewhat look like fight posters, whereas a lot of the Japanese Pride posters after this event didn't look anything like fight posters that you would see in the States, which is what really attracted me to collecting them to begin with. All right, I'm going to move on to the next row. The next row is all of the B1 posters that were made for Pride 1. A B1 poster, of course, is, I say of course because I know, is twice the size of a B2. If you look right here, there's a B2 right below this B1. If you turn this guy sideways, you'd be able to place two of them on top of this B1. Like one right there, and then one right there. It's twice the size. All right, so this is the ticket sales poster. This is actually the hardest poster for me to get. Took forever to get this thing for Pride 1. And it's a really cool poster. I really like it. Just looks great. At least to me it does. And there's all the information for the event right there. If you can read Japanese, you can see what it says. 1997, way back in the day. So almost like 13 years ago. All right, next B1 that I got right here. This was a press conference poster that they used to promote Pride 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. It was a press conference. They would put this at the press conference, and yeah, that's what they did. All the guys, or some of the guys that fought on the card are on the bottom there. We call this the bubble poster because it's got like the talking bubbles, of course. Pretty weird. This is like, I would say, no, not I would say, this is definitely the weirdest Pride 1 poster. And they didn't necessarily follow this trend, like the style of the poster going forward, but all the posters moving past this event didn't really look like an event poster. And I would say the same about this. Like, if you saw this poster in the States, you would have no clue that it was for a fight. Next one I got here, this is another Pride 1 event poster. They actually sold this at the event. I believe they sold this at the event. These are not real signatures. They are printed onto the poster itself. There's a Takada signature and a Rickson signature, but like I said a second ago, they're not real. And this looks very similar to the event poster that I showed you a second ago. This one over here, the one that I said was the hardest to get, was not sold. This one was sold. Moving on to the back row. They had two more posters that they sold at the event. They were calendar posters. They're kind of a weird size. They're somewhat like in between a B2 and a B1. They made one for Takada and they made one for Rickson. This is the Takada one. And I'll show you the Rickson one. Then this is the Rickson one. Pretty cool that they did the printed autograph on it, just like they did on the other poster that they sold at the event. I think these are pretty cool posters. The really cool thing about these, I'm not going to take it out the sleeve, is that the print, or the paper I guess I should say, on these calendar posters are very glossy. They're like almost like a photo. It looks really cool when you take the sleeve off. It just it pops. Then the last two that I have are the horizontal one on the top, that was just another promotional poster. It was one of the, it might have been the first Pride 1 poster that I got. It's probably the most common. But it wasn't the official event poster, and it was horizontal, so it kind of left a lot to be desired for me, because like I said a little while ago, I like the event posters, the B2 event posters. This was not the official event poster, and it was horizontal. I like the vertical ones. And this poster right here was not the hardest for me to get, but that's probably just by sheer luck, because I've never seen another one of these, and I've only seen one more of those. But other than this guy right here, this is the only one I've ever seen for sale. I've seen them in pictures and stuff, but this was the Lars ticket sales poster. This is what they would put up at the event themselves, at the ticket booth, when you were buying your ticket to go see the event. I said Lars, I meant Lawson. So I'm trying not to step on anything here. You see that right there? Lawson ticket. You can see that it's folded up. You can see the fold marks in there. So this was hung. And it's framed. It's pretty cool. So those are all of the Pride 1 posters that were created for the event by Pride.